following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Follow the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
Healthy relationships be boring as sometimes. Like when you really start to find your, like I'm saying this as fresh in the 30s. I got a new appreciation for boring, my.
Right.
I got a whole new appreciation for not just being able to sit the down with me and mine and not have nothing, ain't on fire, don't nobody need me to leave the house, I'm good. So while you young, yeah, it seemed like you want exciting every day, but I'm a caution you, because thing too, like the caution, when you always looking for excitement from your relationship, you gonna start expecting the person across from you to perform for your entertainment, you feel me? And that's not nobody's job, bruh.
Yes,
like,
it is.
Like,
a tap dance.
Like if y'all want to add new layers to y'all relationship because the old shit ain't working, you need to figure out ways to become a new person. You know what I'm saying? Do some new shit in your own life so your partner got some new shit to learn, and let them do some new shit in their own life so you got some shit to learn. But actual excitement, bro, that ain't their job. A healthy relationship.
Man, oh Manischewitz. People been asking me, so when you gonna talk about the Diddy situation? When you gonna talk about the trial? When you gonna get into it? And you know, I don't do current events for the voice of reason. But I'm going to make an exception. Diddy ain't the first with the freak off. Huh? What about that paprika? Diddy ain't the first. And so now, you're going to get the voice of reason's take. Tonight's topic, the nature of the freak off. What's wrong with us? A deeper look at the toxic backdrop of American relationships. Yes, I said American. I started the voice of reason with a Krishnamurti quote. And what was the quote? It is no measure of health to be well adjusted in a sick society. You think you not sick. Yes, you are. Oh, yes. Sickness is on a spectrum. Some are sicker than others, but all of us are sick. Oh, yes, it's just the degree of sickness that separates us. And here's the cognitive incongruence of it all, the cognitive dissonance of it all. People who are less sick tend to judge people who are more sick. Come on, voice of reason. Y'all want to talk about it? The nature of the freak off. What's wrong with us? A deeper look at the toxic backdrop of American relationships. In America, intimate relationships are increasingly fraught with disconnection, superficiality, and even allegations of depravity, as evidenced by the recent trial of Sean Diddy Combs. The shocking accusations of betrayal, abuse, and mistrust reveal a disturbing trend. It's not a trend like something new. Trend implies new. No, this is revealing what has already been there. Jeez. All right? Within intimate relationships, reflecting a broader societal malaise where genuine emotional connection is compromised for personal gain. As technology facilitates fleeting interactions, the complexities of trust and commitment are further strained. Philosophically speaking, the pursuit of self-fulfillment often eclipses shared journeys, while psychologically, the trauma of public scrutiny and personal betrayal perpetuates a cycle of avoidance. You think because you're not doing what Diddy did or is accused of doing that you're somehow good enough to say, wow, what a terrible, broken soul he is. But when we peel the layers back on you, oh, yes, there's remnants of shadow, right? Unrequited shadow, right? There's remnants of unhealed processes still operating within you. Ooh. Metaphysically speaking, this dissonance reflects an existential crisis, revealing a deep yearning for meaningful connection. Spiritually, true love becomes diluted amid transactional dynamics, leaving many feeling lonely and unfulfilled, trapped in a cycle of yearning without authentic intimacy. The struggles within intimate relationships tend to be marked by abuse, manipulation, gaslighting, trauma bonding. Yeah, and I'm speaking in general, right? Some banal is the key word here. Some, but not all. Do you understand? But I would argue a very few have reached this really authentic space of true love. Yes, they exist. People have healthy relationships out there. I'm not saying they don't exist, but what I'm saying is because it's Diddy and we get to look at it on the Instagram, on our phone, and on TikTok and on television, we think, oh, that's over there. No, that's in here. I know you don't want to hear it. Right? The struggles within intimate relationships are marked by abuse, gaslighting, trauma bonding, manipulation. But it serves as a mirror to our own, highlighting our own relationship intrapersonally, right? Highlighting the pervasive emptiness and dysfunction that can define modern intimacy in an increasingly fragmented society. For most of us, love is about getting something. It's not about giving. It's not about being. It's about stimulation. And maybe Diddy's stimulation is a little different from yours, but if you manipulate to get it, are you any different from Diddy? if you lie to yourself to keep it, if you chase when your soul says lean back, and you manipulate yourself into chasing what you know isn't good for you. Huh? Oh, here we go. The impact of individualism on relationship connection. Your psychological insight, individualism promotes self-focus, leading to disconnection. Your metaphysical insight, the balance of self and other is essential for true intimacy. What is self and other? I'm okay, they're okay. Right? I know me, and I understand and respect them. Self and other. Whew. Spiritual insight. Authentic connections nurture the spirit. Self-absorption stifles it. Are we not seeing this in the media right now? Studies show that individualistic societies report lower relationship satisfaction. Technology, is it our friend or is it foe for modern relationships? Huh? Your psychological insight, increased screen time correlates with decreased emotional intimacy. Metaphysical insight, digital interactions lack the depth of face-to-face connection. Your spiritual insight, genuine communication fosters soul connections that technology cannot duplicate, let alone replace. Research indicates heightened loneliness in heavy social media users. Huh? Social media is the yellow brick road. This is how we learn how to compare ourselves. This is how we learn how to covet what others have. Sheesh, the fear of vulnerability, the hidden barrier to intimacy. Fear of rejection prevents meaningful connections. Vulnerability is a pathway to deeper understanding of self and others, but many people are afraid of vulnerability. Even when they love someone, they're still afraid of vulnerability, of revealing the truth of who they are in every aspect of their being. Tell me I'm lying. Somebody call me, 1-800-920-1580. You want to know the nature of a freak off? I'm explaining it to you right now. Listen, here's the spiritual aspect. Embracing vulnerability aligns with authentic self-expression and growth. Are you going to tell your current man that you still texting and calling your past dude? Oh, now y'all want to be quiet. Right? Cassie had a dude. Met a quote-unquote better dude. And said, I'm a level up. Huh? The dude before was his Ryan, what's the brother name? Ryan Leslie wrote records about it. Heartbroken. Jeez. Toxic society. You got to expect a toxic outcome in a toxic society. We got people here that have a certain level of elitism because they are not as toxic. You still toxic though. Well, I might not be Diddy toxic. How many other brothers have been accused or people have been accused? Right? We're hearing somebody, we just heard Smokey Robinson. And these are all alleged. These are all alleged. But think about it. It's coming out now. Right? Therapy findings suggest vulnerability is critical for building trust. We live in a society that fears vulnerability, that fears unconditional love, that fears intimacy. And again, you think it's not, you think it can't be correlated? You live in a society that told you love is a verb. It's what you do. Love is a state of being. Love is a state of consciousness. No. It's what you do. that bonds me to you. You want to know how I freak off? Listen, you want to know how it comes about? Romantic ideals versus reality, the cultural disconnect. Unrealistic romantic notions set up couples for disappointment. Disillusionment can lead to deeper existential questioning. True love transcends ideals and embraces imperfections, which ultimately foster growth. No, I can't live with your imperfections. Surveys reveals that couples often struggle with mismatched expectations. Why? Because you want something. An expectation is a declaration of a need. All of us are needy. When Krishnamurti comes in and says, you're empty, you're lonely, even when you're with somebody and they're giving you what you want, you're still lonely. You want more. You're greedy. You're unsatisfied. That unsatisfaction is the byproduct of inner emptiness. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. There's a lack of overall emotional intelligence, which is the key to lasting relationships. High emotional intelligence is linked to better relationship outcomes. Awareness of emotions enhances connections to the self and others. Emotional maturity fosters compassion and understanding within partnerships. Studies show that couples with high EQ, emotional intelligence, right, report greater satisfaction. People are about what they can get. This is why the emotions become secondary. I have people telling me this all the time. Oh, the emotions get in the way. You know, I got to handle this like it's business. You go into the relationship with the mindset of it's business. It's never personal. That's why you can flip on the dime when your wounds stop getting their supply. You can flip on the dime and treat this person as if you never knew them. 1-800-920-1580. The role of financial stability in relationship health. Oh, Lord. When I come forward, the voice of reason will continue to unpack the intimate anatomy of the freak-off.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. You ready?
Somebody make some noise in this joint.
KBLA Talk 1580 celebrates its 4th anniversary this year on Juneteenth.
Here we go again.
Hard to believe 4 years has gone by so fast.
Oh my God.
But here we are, still standing, still loving and serving our people as best we can.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
To celebrate our 4th anniversary, we have 4 big events, and you're invited to all of them.
She got a lot to say. Let's do this.
Let's get it on.
On Wednesday, June 18th, we go live on C-SPAN for the 2nd consecutive year with our Climate Justice Plus Black Health Symposium. Tavis Smiley will moderate an all-star panel of thinkers and influencers as we continue our vitally important climate justice work.
Hey, Tavis Smiley, talk about.
On Thursday, June 19th, you're invited to join us as we celebrate Juneteenth and our 4th anniversary. There will be plenty of food, fun, great music, good vibes, and all of your favorite KBLA Talk 1580 hosts will be there.
Yeah, man.
Flip the beat. On Saturday, June 21st, there are 2 big events you're invited to attend.
I can't wait to hear it.
This year, KBLA Talk 1580 continues its annual partnership with the Empowerment Congress for a community celebration and dialogue to educate, engage, and empower. This year's theme is resilience in the face of chaos.
Can't wait to see what's up next.
Y'all ain't ready for this.
And new this year is our State of Black Women in Los Angeles Symposium, moderated by Dominique DePrima, with a luncheon to follow. Dominique will be leading a dialogue with some of the most impactful Black women leaders in Los Angeles, and you're invited to join.
This is it.
All of these events are free, but seating is limited, so you must register in advance at our KBLA1580.com website, where you can find all the details you need about each event.
Check it out.
It's our 4th anniversary, and we would love to celebrate it with you.
I love you guys so much. There's nothing you can do about it.
We're KBLA Talk 1580.
The only black talk radio station west of the Mississippi.
Thank you for having our black.
Happy anniversary, KBLA.
Love you.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
1, 2. Check me out right here, yo.
Yo, the sun don't shine forever, but as long as it's here, then we might as well shine together. Better now than never, business before pleasure. P. Diddy and the fam, who you know do it better. Yeah, right, no matter what, we airtight. So when you hear something, make sure you hear it right. Don't make an ass out of yourself by assuming our music keeps you moving. What are you proving? You know that I'm 2 levels above you, baby. Hug me, baby, I'ma make you love me, baby. Talking crazy ain't gonna get you nothing but choke. And that jealousy is only gonna leave you broke. So the only thing left now is God for these cats. And people, you're too hard for these cats. I'ma win cause I'm too smart for these cats. While they making up facts, you making up plaques.
In the commission, you ask for permission to hit him. He don't like me, hit him while wifey was with him. You heard of us, the murderers, most shady. Been on the low lately, the feds hate me. The sun is they say my killing's too blatant. You hesitating, I'm in your mama crib waiting. Duct taping, your fam, destiny lays in my hands. Gat lays in my waist. Francis, M to the is H phenomenal. Gun rest under your vest, by the abdominal. Rhyme a few bars so I can buy a few cars. Then I kick a few flows so I can pimp a few tours. Excellence is my presence. Never tense, never hesitate. Interview a bit, real quick, real sick. Raw nights, I perform like Mike. Anyone, Tyson, Jordan, Jackson, action. Not act ridiculous. And I'm quick to bust if my ends you touch. Kids or girl you touch. In this world I clutch. Q auto, Matos. Used to call me Fatso. Now you call me Castro. My rap flows militant. Y'all have it's in killing ish. Oops, Cristal keeps spilling ish. You overdid it, Holmes. You in the danger zone.
Ladies, pay attention. A man calling you baby means nothing. A man moving in your house means nothing. A man calling you his woman means nothing. A man giving you a baby means nothing. I'm about to hurt some feelings with this next one. A man marrying you means nothing. You know what means something? A man changing himself, his lifestyle, and his ways to keep you. That's what means something.
Boy, get out of here with that toxic jargon. The hell? You got to change yourself to keep somebody? No, you got to be yourself. If you got to change yourself, that means they didn't like you. And you had to switch up in order to... Boy, if you don't get out of here with that foolishness, this is what the internet has for us. It's pervasive. The man that really wants you will change his core essence. Boy, I'll kick you in the small of your back down a flight of stairs. Come on! We got to have a real conversation. The voice of reason is not playing with y'all tonight. We're talking about the nature of a freak off. How do they exist? Are just people out there freak? Don't listen, common folk be freaky. It ain't just entertainers. It's not just Diddy. Okay? It's not. Listen, depravity is within us. And y'all want to front and act all high and mighty, and you on the toxic spectrum. You're on the dysfunctional spectrum. This is why we talk about spiritual bypassing. Spiritual bypassing is toxic positivity for spirituality. Oh, I can quote some spiritual quotes. I can quote some Bible. I can quote some Jesus. But when we really get down to it, you toxic too, holy roller. Andy has a thought.
Does our need for sex, looking at Maslow's hierarchy, you know, sex is one of those things that we need, considering, you know, based off of Maslow, we need it just as much as food and all that, this, that, and the third. So, like, aren't we, like, when it comes to freak-offs, it's like a natural thing, right? Like, the desire.
Well, let's get into it, because you hit on a very important question, right? And let me just say this. You have to factor in attachment, right? Attachment theory. And again, you hear me talk about John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth and the many other people who have added to attachment theory. But when you really start breaking it down, oh, Lord, you start breaking attachment theory down, especially the insecure attachment styles. Very important. The landscape of intimate relationships in America is increasingly marked by a pervasive brokenness, fraught with toxicity, abuse, and troubling depravity. These issues are not merely individual failures. They reflect a sinister cultural dysfunction that distorts our understanding of love, connection, and mutual respect. Why do you think Glorilla and Sexy Red and Meg Thee Stallion exist? Social media is toxic. The algorithm is driven by trauma. There's a reason for, man. Come on. There's a reason for it, right? As we unpack these dynamics, it becomes evident that intimacy has devolved into a transactional exchange rather than a sacred union meant to comfort our shadow selves and heal unhealed patterns from childhood. This society's decay echoes Jiddu Krishnamurti's assertion that it is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. In this context, our relationships entrenched in manipulation and superficiality reveal a deeper malaise calling for urgent examination. We will give an NAACP award to Meg Thee Stallion and Glorilla. I remember the Trumpet Awards had meaning associated. Boy, when we come forward, the voice of reason will continue to cook.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now.
I will confer with my lawyers to figure out what's the best pathway forward on this. I think they completely violated my rights.
That's Black Newark, New Jersey Mayor Ras Baraka, who is now headed to trial after being arrested for allegedly trespassing at an ICE detention center. Baraka says he was targeted by the Trump administration and left calmly when asked. Prosecutors argue he ignored warnings to leave. He claims the facility may violate Newark's codes. Artist Chris Brown has been arrested in England for allegedly hitting a music producer with a tequila bottle at a London nightclub in 2023. He was taken into custody Thursday in Manchester. The alleged victim is suing Brown for $16 million. And a judge says a discrimination lawsuit from LA County Sheriff's Deputy Michael White can move forward. White, a 61-year-old black deputy, says he's been denied promotion to captain 8 times in 13 years, while younger non-black deputies advanced. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice: continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at unbound.org.
Follow the leader. KBLA Talk 1580. Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your blood. Follow the leader when the leader. Oh my God. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a black and brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at walkgoodla. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580.
Oh, these polymers aren't as flexible as batch K3.
Researcher Laurie is stretched thin.
Did you get the vulcanization analytics from V66? Oh, wait, are these rubber scores from last week?
She needs to hire new lab technicians so she can bounce back into her old self.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our matching platform lets you spend less time searching and more time connecting with candidates. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. LA County's new Justice Care and Opportunities Department, or JCOD, is here to support justice-involved individuals and their families. The JCOD Support Center is now taking calls at 1-833-LACJCOD. That's 1-833-522-5263. Available 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., the Support Center is your one-stop shop for re-entry issues and court support. They offer court reminders, connections to local services, transportation assistance for housing, court appearances, and childcare. The JCOD hotline provides personalized help to connect you with services that you need. And don't forget to check out justiceconnect.org for more information. Remember, it's free and available every day at 1-833-522-5263. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The Comedy Connection series featuring KBLA's Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, and the alpha male of comedy, Ray Grady. We're going to transform relationship disasters into stand-up material live at Inglewood's Miracle Theater on May 31st at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. My clinical team will disclose all of your dating woes, while the alpha male of comedy, Ray Grady, has hand-selected supremely talented comedians to roast all of our tragic relationship choices. I dare you to bring your ex's phone number, because Ray, he's going to text it live, and the crowd will be sourcing emojis. Tickets are moving swiftly, so don't hesitate to grab yours at themiracleinglewood.com before I diagnose your dating history as a pre-existing condition.
is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yo, turn me up in the headphones. Like that? Yeah. Bad boy. We ain't gonna stop. Now we're showing on the hot track. Melt like it's hot wax. Put it out, all the stores. Bet you can shop that. Right. Leave a nigga with a hot hat. Frontin' like bad boy ain't got tracks. Stop that. There's no guy slicker than this young fly mister. Nickel 9 liquor, floss you die quicker. This bedtime, out of town pie flipper. Turn Chris Dallas to a crooked eye sipper. Everybody wanna be fast, see the cash. Play around they weak staff, get a heat rash. Anything a bad boy way we smash. 100 G stash, push a bulletproof E-class. I'm through with being a player and a baller. Just want me one bad chick so I can spoil her. Mace wanna be the one you respect. Even when you're vexed, rock Versace silks over still V-neck. Got green, never seen, so you suck my juice. Clutch my ooze, anything I touch I bruise. Puff make his own lord, we ain't stuck with rules. Right. Good fellas, you know you can't touch us.
Obviously, you know, you like women.
I do, and I probably like toxic ones more than anybody. That's because
I'll ask you this.
No, hold on. Because toxic women are exciting, and that's just a fact. Part of toxicity is exciting. I'd rather skydive with her. But if you have toxic women, just understand that all monsters are feeding off of something. And if you find out what this toxic woman is feeding off of, you can just begin to turn off her feeding points. And it drives a toxic person crazy, and they'll get away from you. Why do you think she watches murder mysteries before she goes to sleep? Why is it always a crime drama playing? And turn it off. Turn it to cartoons. What's she listening to? You gonna be listening to Sexy Red? You're broke.
Obviously, you know.
Cat Williams, 2024, he said it. Let me tell you something. Not all levels of toxicity are the same. Not all levels of brokenness are the same. What I do know is in American culture, the black male toxic version of it all gets full media coverage as if it was the Democratic National Convention or the Republican National Convention. It gets national coverage from Bill Cosby, Michael Jackson, Mike Tyson. They get the highest level of coverage. It's the most incendiary coverage they can come with. Right? So there is that racial piece to it too. Because what about the guy from Abercrombie and Fitch? He was granted bail. Diddy wasn't. What I'm trying to tell you, ageism, racism, sexism, classism also gets, all of the toxicity gets filtered through those lenses as well. Now, peep this though. This is crazy to me. Remember that spectrum of toxicity. Not every level of toxicity will manifest itself as a Sexy Red or a Little Kim or whatever depravity on wax. Sometimes the most covert and the most expert at extrapolating supply, the supply that Cat Williams was talking about, he called it a feeding point. Sometimes the most expert at that extrapolation process is the covert toxic person, the classy 304. The super nice guy who really isn't nice. His niceness is a trauma response from being neglected, from being abandoned. So nice becomes a tool to try to manipulate. Oh, yeah. Y'all want the truth tonight, right? You want to know where freak-offs come from, right? Huh? This is where it's coming from. There are women out there who present as Claire Huxtable, but really, some of the darkest souls you ever would want to meet. They're there for themselves. They're there to extrapolate something from you. And if they can't get it, they discard you for something better. Would we call Cassie a narcissist? One of the hallmarks of narcissism is the discard phase. Did she discard Ryan Leslie? For something quote unquote better? Y'all want to have a real conversation tonight, right? Let's talk about this brokenness that has pervaded American society. At the core of this brokenness lies the glorification of individualism, the belief that personal fulfillment and self-interest can coexist with genuine intimacy. Intimacy is a dyadic process, right? It starts as intrapersonal intimacy. It is a dyadic experience with oneself, who I think I am versus who I really am. There's an intimate relationship between mask and shadow in order to raise up to the level of individuation or integration, right? Then that mirrors out into the world. We got a whole group of people who swear they don't have to individuate, but they can get everything they want from a partner. You want to know where the freak off comes from? If I really put it on him, he won't leave. If I really put it on her, she won't leave. If I really put it on him, they'll give me an opportunity. Oh, getting, right? In this framework, the self becomes paramount, often to the detriment of one's partner. This relentless pursuit of individuality creates a landscape where emotional disconnections thrive. Partners enter relationships not as companions, but as transactional partners, focusing on validation and gratification while neglecting the emotional labor required to build a lasting connection. This narcissistic perspective breeds toxic behaviors within intimate encounters, often reduced to strategies for personal gain. In a culture obsessed with self-gratification, individuals frequently view their partners through the lens of entitlement and manipulation, leading to emotional exploitation rather than mutual growth. Y'all know I'm not lying. I told you, relationship is a spiritual temple where the holy book contains the pages of your truth. The absence of a spiritual purpose within relationships. I'm not talking about a religion. The absence of a spiritual purpose within these relationships further exacerbates the situation. True intimacy is not merely about companionship. It is a profound opportunity for self-discovery, healing, and transformation. Many people never want to transform. They just want to get the supply. The unrequited wound needs to be quiet. Not at peace, but quiet. Instead of confronting their own selves, their shadow selves, the unacknowledged, often painful aspects of their personalities, individuals resort to superficial interactions that avoid the hard work of facing their issues. This results in a cycle where unresolved traumas from childhood manifest as repeated dysfunctional patterns in adult relationships. Rather than serving as a sanctuary for healing and growth, relationships become arenas for conflict, reinforcing the emotional scars that partners carry from relationship to relationship like a spiritual STI. Oh, gosh. The impact of this transactional mentality is intensified by the omnipresence of technology. They read a text message in the court today. Oh, I love it. Call me whenever there's a freak off. You want to know where freak offs are born? Tonight's topic, the anatomy of the freak off, the origin of the freak off. The digital age, while offering unprecedented opportunities for connections, fosters a superficial approach to intimate relationships, the interpersonal piece, as well as the intrapersonal piece. Dating apps promote a culture of swipe left, swipe right, encouraging interactions that prioritize appearance over genuine connection, over genuine meaning. Emotional depth is sacrificed for instant gratification. Love becomes a verb. Do you see that? Love is a set of behaviors. Do you see? I can fake love in order to get what I'm really after, which is an opportunity to do my own thing. But I can't do my own thing if I don't have some security. So let me get with somebody that can offer security. Then I will perform intimacy. I will perform empathy. I will perform care. You want to know where the freak off comes from? Huh? You want to know where it comes from? In this climate, relationships become expendable. When intimacy demands vulnerability, many retreat to the safety of their screens, perpetuating a cycle of isolation and loneliness. When I come forward, if you think I'm done, you're absolutely wrong.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project. Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail and someone offers you a way out.
Just plead guilty, and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do you do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
He said I'm a Rottweiler, and I'm from the Rottweiler house to Rottweiler yours.
Silly, get smacked silly, you get smacked silly. What you from the, what you do? When you're ready, but I was born ready, and I was already on fish and spaghetti. Creep with the culture, rap like a culture, attack like a vulture. See you in the culture, said I'll get you, where it fit you. Got 13 inches, I see the big picture. If it's to get richer, I probably get richer. If not, burn it, get hot like a furnace. Shoot the video, city permits. We own the city, on the phone with Diddy. Rap on pretty, when she get aroused like the sucker on. Put it in the video. You wanna holler, got the follow. Here we go. Get your ticket, the train don't miss it. Won't reach out, and you better won't visit. To my whole wardrobe, listen. Make this money, take this money. Ain't no way you can take this from me. Ain't funny, shake it, honey. Take it, money. Now let's get it. Creep with your people, throw my be no snow eagle. Front but you look. Once you throw the hook, you proceed to get cooking with the game. When the soldiers since you came, throw the OG. Why Big Lincoln? Why Jim God on the side for the stinking? Watch Task Force dashboard, look marble. It's a big chance, big pants like.
The saying if he wanted to, he would doesn't always apply. It especially does not apply when it comes to the very early stages of dating, especially the process of asking you out on a date or asking for your number, and I'll tell you why. Ladies, remember, just like you, men also have the fear of rejection, and oftentimes even to a higher extent, because on average, since we asked more women out than we have been asked out, we have been rejected more times than you, which means that sometimes that fear of rejection is even more embedded in us than in you. So a guy could genuinely be interested in getting to know you, but is too afraid to ask you out on a date. Now, that doesn't mean that I think it's a good idea for you to ask him out instead, but you can definitely start a simple conversation in order to break the ice, in order to remove that fear of rejection and see whether or not there's a genuine interest there. Or if
yeah, some of what he's saying is true. I can't really argue. But we live in a society, a materialistic society, a capitalistic society that oftentimes makes your resources and your money more attractive than you are. And so women engage, some women, not all, some but all, some women engage in the trafficking of integrity. They will sell their integrity for safety, for provision. Man can't lead you to the front door of your shadow is not worth you being with. If he can't lead you, what you mean lead me? Yes, that's what a good partner is. They're your companion. They walk you to what matters. If a man can't walk you to the door of your shadow for you to unlock, because the key is in you, for you to twist the knob, because the power is in you, for you to walk through the door, because that door is yours. If he can't do that, right? But he can provide you everything the world has to offer. You'll be filled with bathroom pics on your sink. You will be filled with pasta, pictures of pasta, pictures of sea bass. All the superficial things the world has to offer. You want to know where the freak off comes from? Moreover, we live in a society that has normalized abuse. All versions of it: verbal abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse. Why didn't you leave? Oh, because this toxicity is my norm. Right? Oof. I'm reenacting something. And part of it is conscious and part of it isn't. Within intimate relationships, it reveals the disturbing reality that love, or what we're calling love, it's really attachment. It's not love. This deep attachment to toxicity can cloak violence. High-profile cases such as those involving Sean Diddy Combs highlights how power dynamics warp relationships and conditions individuals to tolerate manipulation and control. The cultural myth that power and wealth grant immunity from accountability allows abusers to thrive while victims suffer in silence. But let me say, I use that word victim lightly, because in every victim, there is a villain. Yes. And vice versa. Yes. Oh, I know you don't want to hear it. The mirror of relationship tells us this. I know you don't want to hear it put that way, but I have to. Yes, I have to. This systematic failure to address abuse only exacerbates the emotional scars carried by individuals, resulting in a cycle of trauma that perpetuates further dysfunction in relationships. Psychologically speaking, the unhealed wounds from past traumas shape how individuals engage in intimacy. Many carry the burdens of unresolved pain from previous relationships or childhood experiences, which reroutes their emotional responses into maladaptive patterns. This transgenerational trauma is even more powerful. A fear of commitment can lead to abuse cycles or a deep-seated belief that vulnerability equates to pain that can never end or result in genuine connection. The lack of emotional education and the stigma surrounding mental health treatment further prevents individuals from confronting their issues, allowing toxic patterns to remain unchallenged. Do you see? The voice of reason is upset with America. The voice of reason is upset with the fact that we don't understand that intimate relationship is a spiritual crucible that is designed to destroy what we patterned so that we can experience unconditional freedom. There can be no unconditional love unless there's unconditional freedom. If you're a prisoner of your pattern, you will perpetuate that pattern and project that pattern onto others. When I come forward, I'm going to the phone lines.
Quota, give me some baking soda and a quarter. Better flow straight about the water. I'ma break the game till it's say out of order. Put the high scorer, then tear the floor up. On the world tour with you out in Europe. On the tour bus, do what didn't drop things toward us. Call the 5 reporters, thank my supporters. Hitting wives and daughters, bought them next spray from Estee Lauder.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now.
I will confer with my lawyers to figure out what's the best pathway forward on this. I think they completely violated my rights.
That's Black Newark, New Jersey Mayor Ras Baraka, who is now headed to trial after being arrested